everyone. Welcome to episode 20 of Behind the Brush. I'm Joy Baker with All About Art Gallery, and today I'm joined in the gallery by Judy Henry. Hi, Judy. Welcome. Thank you
Hi
for
there.
joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Judy is one of our local artists. She is a longtime resident of Sumner County, but you haven't always lived here, right? Are you originally from Kentucky?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Nice. What brought you to Tennessee? Were you young?
Not that young, no. My husband was transferred here.
56 years. Very cool. Well, you're a native now.
Yes.
Well, what led you to become an artist? Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I've always been interested in art. Crayons, colored pencils, paint by number, watercolor, and then as an adult I started doing oils. I've just always been interested in it.
Was there any certain spark that led you to become an artist?
Well, actually, when I was in the first grade, I observed that the art of the older children was displayed up on the walls, framed, and a permanent fixture. And I always wanted my art to be up on the walls like the big kids. So,
What were your biggest influences, like early on or even now?
I've been most influenced by Jennifer Simpkins, local artist and teacher, by Sharon Rush Shaver, and then on the big scale, a lot of my portraiture follows the style of Caravaggio,
Oh,
and I did a series of works in that style.
nice. So you paint regularly with fellow artists, right?
Oh yes, yes. We get together casually once a week and paint, and then several times a month we paint with the Bug Hollow painters.
Nice. Sounds like a fun group.
It is.
Does everyone paint with the same medium, or is it like lots of different artists?
Oh
that paint together?
no, one does watercolor. Most do oils though.
Okay. And you paint in oil, right?
Oh yes.
Nice. It must be fun to paint with fellow artists, paint in different mediums, to kind of like pick up maybe different styles that they use that you can apply to what you do.
Oh, it is. It's just so interesting how people approach what we're doing that day, and no two pictures will be alike.
Does everyone paint the same subject?
No, we will generally no. We go to a location and then just pick out what captures our interest at that location. So it might be all over the board.
Do you think that doing exercises like that helps you with your portraiture? Like doing something that's maybe not an animal or not a person? Do you take that application and put it towards what you do with your portraiture?
I think it helps me to loosen up, and I don't necessarily apply that to my pet portraits because I don't think that would be a welcome change in pet portraits and people portraits. But it helps me to loosen up and paint faster and just see things in a more artistic way. I think it's helping me.
Is most of what you do as an artist right now portraiture, whether it's pet or human?
Yes, it is.
Nice. What would be your favorite animal to paint?
Either cats or dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've done a hippopotamus, I've done a duck, I did the leopard.
I hadn't seen this piece until you put it in. It's really nice.
Yeah, there's a long story about my husband and hippopotamuses, but that...
Not enough time today.
No.
Nice. Do you have a favorite painting that you've done, would you say?
I did a painting of the garden tomb in Israel where Jesus was buried.
Wow.
That's one of my favorites. I also did one of the story from the Bible of Jesus heals the woman that had been sick for years and years and years. Those are probably my two favorites.
Yeah. Well, I know that you've been inspired to do art from an early age, but you recently completed a lot of art education, right?
Yes, I did. I had an excellent career in healthcare finance, but it required that I travel almost 100% of the time.
Oh, gosh.
So I had to put everything but family and career aside for about 30 years. But when I retired in 2000, one of my bucket list items was to return to school and get my degree. So I returned to the University of Louisville, and I was 71 years old. And I finished the course and graduated in 2019 with my degree in fine arts.
Wow, it's quite an accomplishment.
Uh, it was an adventure.
Check off the bucket list.
Yes, check.
Well, how has your art evolved since then, like since you're forever?
Oh, it for sure helped me to paint bigger and faster. And that's probably the biggest thing I think that's happened in my art career, is to be able to paint bigger and faster, because prior to that I was doing 8 by 10s, 11 by 14s, maybe a 16 by 20.
Comfort zone.
Yeah, correct. And so by the time I had finished my degree, I was doing 36 by 48,
Wow.
big paintings.
Wow. So that's like life size, basically.
Uh-huh,
Or,
yes.
Or bigger than. Do you ever paint bigger than life size? Or
No.
do you have like kind of a rule against that?
Yeah, I think that's freaky. People or animals, that's freaky.
I would tend to agree. We have some requests for huge portrait paintings, and I feel like it's just a little odd sometimes. I don't know. In
Yeah.
the right setting, I guess it could be fun.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to get like a real honest depiction of something,
Yeah.
life size or smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you working on right now?
I'm working on a painting of my dad's family home in Mitchellville, Tennessee,
Oh.
and it burned last year.
Oh, no.
And of course, my relatives are long gone, so nobody that I know was injured or hurt. But nobody has really good photos of it. And I've contacted my cousins, and I've got some little snippets of photographs. I took a photograph when I went there last year and saw that it burned, so I have the basic structure. But so I've pieced together what they remember about this segment and that segment, and I think probably the home was built shortly after the Civil War.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I've done some research on that style of Victorian home, and I'm about 80% done.
Nice.
And the cousins helped me to remember the things that were other than structural, like there was a spinning wheel on one of the porches.
Interesting.
And a swing on one of the other porches. There was a water pump out front, and I can remember that. That's where they got the running water. So little touches like that, as I've been able to add those in, it makes me feel like I recognize it now.
Yeah, making it feel more like home.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, how cool. I look forward to seeing that when it's complete.
Oh.
I didn't know you did like landscapes or portraits of homes and things like that. Is that something that you are interested in doing like on a bigger scale, or is that more personal?
No, it needs to be something significant. I don't get a lot of joy out of just a house, but I like painting the historic buildings around Sumner County. I'm very intrigued with the Hunt Club Tower.
Oh.
I haven't painted it, but I've done a sketch of it. That just captures my interest. Right now I'm working on the Comer Barn.
Nice.
And in fact, I did that today.
Oh, so you painted today?
Yeah, plein air painting.
Do you paint every day?
Almost. Yeah, I try to.
I've heard from many artists that the trick to being a good artist is simply to do it every day.
You have to. Otherwise, your schedule can fill up with anything but painting.
Make it a priority.
That's right, because it is.
Well, Judy, this has been so nice. Thank you so much for
Oh.
joining me.
Well,
It's been nice to get a little insight into what you paint and how you paint.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
For anyone who doesn't know, we are all about art gallery and custom framing. We're located in the City Square Shopping Center in Hendersonville, Tennessee. For more information on artists like Judy that we represent and several others, you can visit our website, allaboutartgallery.com. You can find us on Facebook or just give us a call, 615-826-9880.